This, this, like I say, I'll explain to you like this. Like, think of it like, you know how people over here talk about energy. You think about being positive when your energy's good, and you'll have a day where maybe you put on a nice outfit, you looking good, you might get a couple compliments, and you feel that energy, and your day goes well. And you know, if I can keep my days positive like that, I can keep progressing in life. And so that's what I was used to living like that. Well, going over there, for me, it boosted energy to a level that you just I had never experienced in my life. It was kind of like when we talk about drinking water versus drinking coconut water to hydrate you, because one has electrolytes. It was kind of like that from an energy standpoint. So you can ride that energy to great things. And for men, I think going to those countries, specifically when you're in those countries with a lot of beautiful women that are very into you, in addition to the energy and vibration, you get this masculine boost in energy, and they different. Like, you get a spiritual kind of energy because you're feeling good. Now imagine you eating better, the weather's better, the people are friendlier. So you go from getting one compliment today, hey, how you doing, sir? You looking good today, to everybody that interacts with you is exchanging good energy to you. And these are people that don't have much. And so you looking at some of the kids or the women or the guy working in a restaurant or the bartenders, whatever. They're people and they're sharing good energy with you. And they don't have much, but they're living really well. And you're almost envious of poor people, like the life they live. And they want to be us. They aspire to be us. They look up to us. So when you get all of that, like, it's you come back here, it's really hard to understand it if you've never been there, because I never felt that level of energy, that level of attraction. My whole life, I never experienced, feeling like, and take this grant, because I think I'm a bad motherfucker over here. So I do, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I say this shit, this is legit shit. Like, I'm telling you, I ain't never had a problem with women. I ain't never had a problem with money. And I grew up poor, but I've been hustling since I was fucking like 8 years old, bro. Like, anybody that know me, it'll be like, yeah, that nigga, I could lose it and I'm gonna get it back. And y'all know what I'm talking about, because y'all all the same brothers and did it. We motherfuckers that lost it and got. So I don't have no fucking problem like that, but I still had never experienced so many beautiful women, like, that won't even hide the eye contact. Like, I mean, they're not going to hide. They're going to stare you down. The way a beautiful woman can walk by and every dude, like, damn, look at her, they're not even going to hide it, bro. Like, you're going to feel uncomfortable, so it's, when you get that level of it and that level of masculinity and boost, it's like having a superpower, because it's not just, that. Like, I try to explain sexually, even sexually, you don't know. It ain't the same. JB, tell them. Like, people be like, man, it's just the girls and women. It's a whole different experience. It's a whole different experience.
Ohio represent. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
And people, they know what that means.
Yeah.
Ohio represents.
Right. Ohio, listen. If you are a man, if you have like alpha energy in you, and you're a man, then real men, real alpha men are sexual men. Like, I get it now. I guess people got health problems and shit. I mean, I get it. But we really kind of know that. Like, you kind of know, you know what I'm saying? You fucking everybody that kind of grows up in that is sexual. But America and Western culture here has really made sexuality such a weird thing. Like, you don't even realize that you spend a lot of time not looking at a woman's attributes, because regardless, if her titties is out, you trying to, I don't see her titties and I don't see her, and you do this shit here because motherfucker make you feel uncomfortable, like you weird. You get what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's ass, you're supposed to look at, like, but women now, oh, don't look, and it's like, all right, I don't want to look at none of your shit. Just keep fucking moving. You get what I'm saying? It's like, you know, like you go to the gym and everybody, but anyways, it's not like that there. So when you go there and the sexuality is on display, and if you got it and you like that and you want to go after a lot of women, shit, they coming after you too. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people like, oh, that's all it's about. It's just about the sex and everything. But when you get that kind of energy from women, it's boosting your testosterone, your masculinity. Your Woody ain't the same here as it's gonna be there. Like the real, you know what I'm saying? You go, and it fills you up with energy. It makes you young again. And I'm gonna let JB talk about this, because this is what I had to learn. There's stages, and he's the one who told me what the stages was over there. But that first stage is where you hear guys going over there, and it's I'm just banging out women. I'm smashing. That's what I'm going for, and this and that. Well, yeah, to an extent, because it's not just the sex and the sexuality, but it's like they've been cooped up if you've been in America and you that man. Right. So now you get to unleash some of the beast, but at the same time, you start figuring out that sexuality boosts your masculinity. Do you see what I'm saying? That's part of being a man. Right. We love women. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a part of our masculinity, and they try to dumb that shit down here. So when you get there, you riding that high, and that high is making you do amazing shit. You coming back to the crib, you making 5, 10, 20 times the amount of money. I don't care what your industry is, you leveling up. And you feeling it. It's in your step. It's in your pep. And I break down the levels for us.
We came up with 4 levels. There's 4 phases that you go through when you first go over there. The first phase is tricking, because you've been deprived so much here in the United States of so much, just even being yourself. So the first thing you're going to go through is tricking, because it's overwhelming. Right. I told you, certain places you got to wear sunglasses. Or you're going to just keep drawing attention to yourself. And then if you've been deprived here, which most American men have to some magnitude, whether it's in a work job, just been an alpha man, and women that coming out the blue choosing, you're going to be a trick. Then you have to go through that phase. The second phase, after you get through tricking, you go through you go through your line. All right, I slept with her. It could be 100 girls. But now there's certain ones that, certain qualities, you know, can you get familiar with them? So when you continue to travel, it's called, the second stage is familiarity. You get familiar with her. Does she like this? What's her family like? What's the structure? Does she have a passport? Does she have a visa? What she do for a profession? Things of that nature. And so you're getting familiar. You have to get familiar. Because if you don't go through the first phase, the third phase is going to kill you. It's going to leave you.
So pause for a second, JB, because so in the first phase, you said you're going to be tricking.
You're going to be tricking.
And in the second phase, you said out of all these girls, you're going to start getting familiar. And you're going to find out, like you said, do they travel, they have the visa. Yes. But then you said, what is their profession?
What is their profession?
So unpack that, because these
go ahead and unpack that. But before, don't let me forget to go back and say something about them levels. But go ahead.
Okay, so within the familiarity stage, you want to know she's a doctor, a lawyer, does she own a restaurant, salon?
So these doctors, lawyers, restaurant, salon owners are the same girls you was tricking with.
Yeah.
Okay, just I just want to clear that.
Some of them. I mean, it depends on your quality. Like one time, you can go to the bank. We was at a bank, and I hooked up with a banker. My cousin, I can't say his name. My cousin hooked up with a lawyer. Politicians, business owners. I'm talking about some of them got more money in their bank account than we got.
Yeah, you learn that, like you're okay.
I'm gonna be clear about this. Yeah. Some of them have more money in their bank account than we got in America. I know.
No, he's right.
So why are they tricking?
Well, you gotta learn a little bit about the culture.
Culture.
So it's like even understanding the tricking, man. It's like you can't take American what you think here and apply because it's so different.
It's different.
So when he said that first stage, like the tricking phase, you gotta.
I'm talking about the man phase.
The man.
So
we're tricking, but think about it like this: some guys get stuck in that phase and they don't. Stuck in phase or they don't. Yeah, they don't progress properly. He's right. It's a rhythm, but so some guys stay on that. Now there's this is what this is what I've seen. I feel like there's categories of guys. I feel like there's guys that have went over there and experienced the culture, fell in love with it, and they said, fuck it. They go through the stages, but they say, I'm gonna have a family over here, but I'm gonna still have a family in America, or they gonna live in two complete. It's different cats that do it different ways.
Stage 3, relationship.
Yeah, relationship. But from the very onset, when you start out in that phase, you got to be careful now, and this is what I wanted to say, because you're gonna have your tendencies as a man, right? And it's gonna expose like who you are. And I'm gonna tell you, it's like, for me, I didn't even notice at the time about myself, and a friend of mine later gave me this assessment or whatever, and it starts telling you, things, tendencies that you had. But my thing is, and JB will tell you, I like 2 women. Like that's so a lot of, that was my thing when I went over there. I was like, that ain't what you really can have in America. So I just went crazy, like, bro.
So you have
I went
multiple women.
bro, listen, I went crazy.
In the candy shop.
But I was kind of like, I thought I knew, but it's different because it's different ways that you could be with 2 women. So here's the thing. Yeah, the women will be 2 for 1, but I was like, wow. What I really like, it's kind of like, remember when I think it was LL said in one of his rap songs, I like girls who like me. Like,
right.
And I is that what it was? So it's kind of like, I like having a girl that's like my main, you know what I'm saying? But if another woman is in a relationship, it's not that I want her for myself. That's strange, but I had to learn this about myself, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know, and there's women like this, right? So you don't know this when you're going through this, but my first trip, he'll know that I was searching for gold, and it found me in a club, like toward the end, because I didn't make it to the club. Listen, it was bad, but anyways, when I hooked up with this chick, and when I tell you she's a star, she's a star. And when I tell you she is bad, she is bad. And I mean, and it was her and her friend. And that took me from that girl took me from stage 1, kinda on the border of stage 2, but she was dangerous. And I ain't want to become no sex addict or no, because it was like that. Some of these women out here, if that's in you and it's really, really strong, and you in your tricking stage, and you looking for that ultimate fan, you gonna find it, bro. But you might not make it out of there. You might get what you want. You be like, oh, I want it's women over there that we steer clear of.
Yeah, it's